Back to the weather now. You've probably heard the word roller coaster a lot. We've been experiencing some up and down temperatures over the past few weeks right here in the coastal bend. On top of that, our local agriculture is still recovering from last February's big freeze. And our Sunrise reporter, Cordero McMurray, he sat down with coastal bend farmers to see what changes they're making this winter.
Andrew Edlin, a second-year farmer at Edlin Farms in Alice, says with the recent cold fronts, he's lost a lot of winter crops.
And that's just due to the drastic temperature change. They were acclimatized to the hotter weather. And then when you introduce that cold weather, a lot of stuff, we could go in depth, but a lot of stuff happens that they're just not ready for, and they die back.
Edlin says he's reinforced pipes above ground to prepare for more cold weather.
Just so we don't have to fix pipes, hopefully in the future, and we're not trying to scramble in the last minute to find insulation and cover up pipes.
Edlin says he will not increase prices, but he's dealing with the product shortage, especially for cabbage and lettuce because of the temperature changes. He says he's not farming differently, just preparing differently, like protecting their citrus trees.
Get some PVC, just a cube structure that sits over the tree, and then I could put a designated tarp. I'll probably buy a specific frost protection tarp.
Next month marks the first anniversary of the infamous Big Freeze, and according to the New York Times, Texas farmers and ranchers lost at least $600 million to that winter storm. Joe Canali Jr., who runs Canali Dairy Farms in Sandia, Texas, remembers just how quick he had to adapt to the cold weather and get to work.
Maintaining electrical power to maintaining hot water systems to being able to present urgent care for small livestock and things like that.
He says it had a strong impact on his dairy farm.
We had problems with small livestock. We had problems milking cows. We had problems with the equipment. And of course, we weren't able to ship any milk.
He says there's no increase in prices or problems with supplies a year later after the big freeze, but says having a hot water system working would have been a big help. Now, is he farming differently because of the big freeze? He says not so much, but it has opened his eyes to having a better plan next time.
How do we continue to operate this facility without electricity for a protracted period of time if it ever happens again?
The Farmer's Almanac provides weather forecasts for each month of the year rather than a climate outlook. Because the weather is always changing, it's difficult to forecast accurately more than a week out, let alone months. Reporting in Corpus Christi, I'm Cordero McMurray, Chris, 6 Sunrise.
Who could forget last year's historical freeze?